Letters to Life. Part 1. A Greeting Sent to the Past. To you, the one from all the years behind me. As I sit before a blank page and let my fingers search for the first few words, I suddenly realize something simple yet forgotten for far too long. It has been ages since I last sent a greeting toward my own past, a small hello, a gentle question, or even the slightest glance back. Perhaps life has swept me along too quickly, or perhaps I myself chose to turn away. And so between you and me, a quiet distance has stretched out, gathering dust with each passing year, until today, when I look back and find the road behind me coated in a thin, unspoken silence. Tell me, how long has it been since the last time I paused to remember you with complete honesty? How long since I allowed myself to face the mirror and see the full picture? The scratches, the shattered joys, the lingering ache you once carried. Time moves in a curious, almost sly way. It never rushes, never raises its voice, but it steadily nudges us forward, little by little, until the day we turn around and can hardly believe how far we've drifted from the person we once were. There were days when I believed I had grown up, become stronger, become too busy to let the past sneak back in. I let new plans, new ambitions, new responsibilities pile up on top of one another until they covered the soft murmur of your voice. I grew used to placing the past outside the door, like an old companion I no longer needed. I didn't say farewell, nor did I say stay. I simply closed the door quietly and walked away. But today, as I sit here, with my heart unexpectedly calm, I realize that I owe you something. A small check-in, a simple acknowledgement, or maybe just a moment in which I allow myself to turn toward you instead of pretending I no longer remember. You see, for such a long stretch of time, I trained myself to stay silent toward my past. Whenever something brushed lightly against an old memory, I would quickly look the other way, as if moving forward fast enough could make everything disappear. I thought forgetting was the best way not to hurt. I didn't know that it was a denial itself that pushed us further apart, until it sometimes felt like I was running away from a part of my own being. There was a time when I believed that time itself would erase everything, that if I just kept running, you would be left behind for good. But the more I grew, the more I learned that memory doesn't follow such rules. You cannot be erased, because you're not a mistake, nor an ugly shadow that must be hidden. You are a part of my personal history. The ground on which I once stood fell and stood up again. Without you, there would be no me as I am today. Yet for all those years, I never truly said that to you. So today, I want to begin again with a slow greeting. A late greeting, yes, but an honest one. I want to write to you as I would to an old friend who once walked with me through seasons of sunshine and storms. Though some parts of the path were painful, there were moments when you were the strength that helped me move forward. I don't want to open this letter with heaviness or regret. I want to offer you the gentleness I should have given long ago, because only when I am gentle with my past can I learn to be gentle with myself. If I could describe my feelings at this moment, they would be a blend of surprise and gratitude. Surprise, because I find that you are still there, not gone, not distant, simply waiting quietly for the day I could return without trembling. Gratitude, because you welcome me back with such soft silence, without resentment or reproach, as if all the years I spent ignoring you never happened. You do not ask why it took me so long to come back. You do not demand explanations. You simply remain there, intact and patient, like a small room I once abandoned, now open again to find everything untouched. I used to think that speaking to the past would be difficult, because it would require me to face things I worked so hard to hide. But strangely, today, as I write to you, I am not afraid. It feels instead like meeting someone I once knew very well, someone I somehow lost contact with. There's a touch of awkwardness, yes, but underneath it, a deep familiarity remains. To speak these opening words of the past is not to resurrect pain, but to acknowledge that I've grown enough to look back without fear. This greeting is not meant to bind, but to honor, not to call you back, but to recognize your place in the long journey I've walked. A greeting, a small acknowledgement, a quiet recognition. Sometimes that is all we owe to the years behind us. And today, I want to repay that debt with the truest sincerity I can offer. To you, the one from all the years behind me, I am here again. I am calm enough to face you. And I want to begin from this simple opening, slowly mending, slowly listening, and slowly healing.